Are you kidding me? Hey guys, Pinnacle. I want to talk to you a little bit about finances within Tarkov. Now, I've got a little bit of money built up now, and that's not from purposely going out trying to make money. It's pretty much going out there trying to do tasks and at the same time using my hideout, using my scav, and using the barter system to make money. Well, with the barter system, I'm not actually trying to make money, I'm trying to save money. So I guess in hand, it's all towards the finances. Want to quickly go through some things in the hideout very quickly. A lot of this I'm expecting you guys to know anyway. If there is something that you see that I may have missed, or you see as an opportunity to improve the financial situation on how to make more money, please let me know. And if you see something you don't agree with as well, by all means, I'm really happy for any kind of constructive criticism. That helps me out, learn, as well as, share stuff with people that don't know. So let's start off. We're at the hideout. The first thing, get your hideout up as soon as you can. The bit I'm waiting on at the moment is the Bitcoin farm, which relies on the solar panel. And the solar panel, it actually needs the module from Labs, which I haven't done yet. You can't find it on the flea market, but you can get a trade from Mechanic. I don't know when I'm going to unlock this, but I think it's probably better just to go in and find it on Labs anyway and get the hell out of there. So once I've done that, I can then build the level 3 bit farm, and then that'll be up to 50 graphics cards. Currently in 25 at the moment, got 11 in the stash. Not really done any interchange runs to try and get the graphics cards or, reserve rooms or tech rooms or anything like that. Not worried about that. That's not what I'm trying to do at the moment. What I'm trying to do is get through my tasks and make some money to be able to spend money on good guns. I don't want to be going in trying to do shooter born in heaven with a Mosin or a VPO. Nothing wrong with those guns, but I really prefer something like the T5000. A little bit more expensive, well, 3 times more expensive, but doing this sort of stuff, you can afford the nice toys and the nice armor and the nice bullets, especially, obviously. So starting off with the scav case, I am running 95s, right? There's loads of videos on which ones to run, and even new videos in 0.14. So I'm not going to reinvent the wheel now and start doing loads and loads of testing. It's already been done. Basically, these two are pretty pointless using those, the 15 and the 2500, unless you just want to run loads over and over and over again. The intelligence folder, apparently that gives you some good chances of getting keys, cards, and things like Vertex's electronic equipment. The bottle of moonshine apparently gives you, I'm saying apparently because I haven't done a testing myself, gives you opportunity to get like streamer items for you need for the kappa, etc., and also guns and other bits and pieces like that. I run the 95. I've just run this one. I haven't collected it yet. No idea what it's in there. So let's have a look. See if this really is value. This is completely random. What do we get? We get a vertex and we get an unknown key. So I'm pretty sure already that I've made my 95 worth. And what was the key as well? TG meeting room. No idea what that is. That's a 20k key. So we've got 20k there. This is a pile of cack. I don't know what that is. It's going to I'll vend that for nothing. Let's say nothing for that. I can't remember what else I got. Usually 4 things. This and the vertex. And the vertex obviously is worth 250. So already made my money on the 95. And that's quite common. Not quite common to get a vertex, but it's quite common to get more value of items than 95. So anyway, looking at the hideout, we're carrying on. We've done the scav junk box, the scav case. So run in your 95s, run those as much as you can, get some serious value out of that. Moving on then, the next thing you want to be doing is upgrading your stash. If you're not an Edge of Darkness player, get that up as soon as you can, otherwise you'll be playing Tetris all the time. So that's one thing. Most of these things fall hand in hand when you're upgrading your hideout anyway. They just domino effect and one leads to the other. And they have to be done in sequential order anyway. The next thing is the lavatory. So some of the things in here, the main things you're going to be doing here is you're going to be disposing of your fuel cans through grenade cases and your magazine cases here. I don't think it's really worth building the Lucky Scav junk boxes, but it depends on the price you can get items. And it also depends on whether you've got items which are not found in raid. If you've got items which are not found in raid, then you can always use those to actually make things from your hideout which are found in raid, and then you can sell those on the flea market. So that's one idea as well. Now, what you need to do when you're going through, that it changes all the time, right? Some are always bad and some are always good, but most of the ones in the middle, you can get a big profit, or you can get a small profit, or you can get no profit. You can actually go into deficit buying the stuff. These were very good to start with. So most people grab these armors and they upgrade them with level 5 plates. So you don't actually need the level 4 plates. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to build one of these first of all by buying this plate, buying all of these. You'll get that. You'll take the back plate out of it. You'll sell that on its own. And then you'll use the front plate to make another one of these. And then you'll just buy the level 4 plates. And you've got yourself a cheap level 5 armor. The other way, if you're not going to use it as an armor, if you've really got a go-to armor that you like to use instead, you can basically sell this without the plates in it, sell the back plate, I think this is the front plate, yeah, and then use the front plate to make another one for a nice profit. You were getting, if these sell for about 75, you were getting yourself a good profit of around about 40-50k per run of those. Soap's a very quick one to do, depending on the price of the sausage. If it's less than 25, you're usually going to make a profit on these. These bags are very good. Scav vests, this actually depends on the price of Snickers bars, because you trade a Snickers bar with Jaeger to get a Scav vest. So if you can get a Snickers bar for 7k a pop, then you're going to make a good profit on 2 ripstops on there. But the rest of the stuff you can go through. I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff that is also time dependent in raid. So, sorry, time dependent in wipe. So right on early wipes, these are going through an absolute fortune, where the corrugated hose is about 70, 80k. Hose now is about 15 to 20, so it's no longer worth actually building these and making those. Some of the other things like rigs, etc., I don't tend to do that too often because I've got my go-tos. Fuel, the price of Zippos is usually the key contributor towards that, so have a look at that. Paracords, you're going to need 3 of these for a So It Good task with Ragman if you haven't done that already. And these you will usually find go through the roof about that time. I think they're starting to settle down now. They were 40k. Yeah, they're coming down. There's one for 20. And they're settling down around about 25 to 30k now. So it's a little bit better. But you can't buy these from the traders. You have to find those in raid. So I would recommend that when you're doing your scav runs, whether you go through factory or whether you're doing a scav runs in total, just keep a look out for these on dead players, dead scavs. Pick them up. They take the same space as they fill, so you're not losing anything. You just add in a bit of weight. The rest of the stuff, as we said, we've got the cases, we've got some other bits and pieces. Here's a good one here, your water filters to make your air filter. Now, unlike fuel filters, when the water filters are used completely, they disappear. No idea why, but they seem to be consumed by the filter system. Not sure how plastic and metal can be consumed by a filter system, but it is what it is. So when you are doing your water filter and you have it up and running, make sure that when you go in, you're stopping it, between 2 and 10 when it's in the red. Yeah. So you're using as much as possible of the water filter, but not getting it to 1 or 0. So it actually removes itself from the game. And then you can build your air filters and make yourself a profit by either selling them or actually using them in your filtration system if you have it up and running. Next one, workshop. I've always found the best thing on here is ammo. Now, have a look at ammo that you can sell, because some of the ammo you can't actually sell on the flea market. And there's also no point in doing Piranha or .50 because you can buy that from Jaeger. What I am finding is that the MK13 is quite a good ammo to be building at the moment, because these are usually 20k each. Yeah, so 45k for that, and then we need, I think, one of the greens, so 45k for that, and let's just say 30 for that because I rounded the others up. So you're looking at 75k for that. Now, if I remember rightly, we can basically, we're going to buy 150 of these at the lowest price, and it's going to cost 106. So we would sell this for 106,000, and it costs 70,000. So we're looking at, sorry, 75,000. So we're going to get a profit of around about 30,000. The tax on that is about 6. So let's say between 25 and 30, depending on the price. These price of the ammo does move a lot during the day, and always have a look to see how much is listed. If you've got a chunk here for a 500 and 200 and 300, people buy these. If you've got 21, 13, 19, 26, people don't buy these. They'll go down to a big number and go bang, all, and they'll buy the whole lot. You usually find that if you put round numbers and multiples of more than 100, they will sell a lot quicker than putting them for cheaper and putting them for less than 100. So that's one thing to take into consideration as well. Other things here, power cables versus wires. If the power cables are 25 each, and that's 50, you've got 8 wires, you can sell them for at least 10 each, and that's 80. Make yourself a profit. So just go through and have a look. I mean, sometimes you don't have to have the items sometimes to sell. Sometimes you might need these for a quest. I need, in particular, I'm going to buy that because I need it. All right, I need to make some of these for a task. So I'm literally just going to make some cables, and I'm going to make some caps, and I'm going to hand in a quest, and I'm going to get something like 28,000 XP for it, which is, you know, is all great. Goes towards that Lightkeeper quest when you hit level 50. Yeah, so ammo is a good one. Batteries, that would have been a good one at the start. You can see how much you can buy that for and how much you can split it for, etc. Tools, always keep your tools. I've got mine in a separate toolbox, well, scav box, so I know not to get rid of any tools. I think the only one I need to rebuy at the moment is the Bakisi book, because I've put that into my hideout. So it's just sitting there in the hideout. But yeah, go through, see what it's worth making. I mean, this might be worth making at some point, because the price of these do go up very high. I don't think you can make the armor repair kit yet. That may be unlocked later on. Anyway, moving on now to Intel. Intel level 2 is pretty pointless, unless you really need your flash drives for the quests. Then you can do Intel 2, make your flash drives. Making these maps is pointless, to be honest with you. It's really not worth the money for the task you need it for. So just hold on and find those in raid. They're always in safes anyway, you can always find them. Level 3 is very good, but you do need this component. This component is only found, as you know, in labs or as a trade from mechanic, but it's not unlocked yet for me. So I do need to do labs to get this and the solar panel unlocked, and then I'll be good. Already mentioned this, stop these early if you can. I'm running out of, not that one, I clicked on the wrong thing, sorry. Stop these early if you can to actually save your filters. Even if you have to set an alarm, it says down there roughly how long it's going to take, and just basically set your alarm, come in, swap them out, and use them to make your air filters. Boost generator, I bought loads of sugar earlier, so I'm still going with that at the moment. I am running a bit dry because I have made a lot of booze. I have actually used a lot of booze as well, a lot of moonshine, but I think I have here. I have one full case of this, and these are currently going for almost 300k at the moment, which I think is going to be the peak price. I don't think it's going to be any more than that we'll be selling moonshine for. Could be wrong, I don't know. It may peak and it may go back down again. I may start selling these soon because 300k is a lot of money for moonshine, so we shall see. But I don't really need the money, so I'll keep hold of that. Anyway, the next thing going around is the boost generator. We've done the med center. Right, okay, a lot of this stuff in the med center depends on the price of meds. At the moment, the price of meds is very, I would say, very high. Now, this is because we have a quest called Crisis coming up, with Therapist, where you need about 20 of these, 10 vitamins, 3 Ladexes, or is it 2 Ladexes and 3 ophthalmoscopes. So the price is quite high at the moment. So what you want to be doing is making your meds here. Now, try and get this as low as you can. 26k is still a lot. But if you're selling a pile of meds for the same as you're buying the augmenting antibiotic pills, this is going to cost you 5k. The price should be up at the moment because meds are expensive. If meds are expensive, then this is going to be expensive. And this is always going to be from Therapist for 2k, so you're not going to worry about that. So it's still worth me now buying this because I get 3 lots of meds which I can sell for at least 60k. So I am going to buy one of these. 27k been sold, 25k, 29k out of stock. Yeah. Right, always worth going, refreshing and buying the second one. Always get it that way. Don't get the best deal, but you always get it. So 30k for that. This is 2k. And then a bandage, 6k. Oh, got it lucky there almost. 6k. Okay, so 38k for that. And I'm going to be making, 38k for that. I'm going to be making meds, 3 of them, which are going to be selling for 60k. So well worth making that. When the price of meds goes down to less than 5k, you can start making things like your cheese for a little bit of a profit, or you can refresh your hemostats, or you can start using it to build IFACs, etc. Overnight, I would recommend, you can't get this yet, so it's impossible to build a LEDX. Actually, I have no idea how you can get this. Probably Mechanic again, yeah. So Mechanic does some sort of unlock for all of these things. So we'll keep a lookout for that. Price of meds again determines this. Price of multivitamins won't be changed because you can't craft these. So these are always going to be about the same value as the vended items as well. No idea what this is as well. I've never seen that one in the game so far, so we need to try and get that, I guess. 2 of these for 1 of those doesn't make sense to me. Gold star, if you're going to use it, make sure there's only 1 or 2 uses left on it. Get your value out of this as well. Same with anything that needs antibiotic pills. Make sure there's hardly any left on there because you don't want to be using, is it this one, antibiotic pills, or is it, yeah, okay, ibuprofen. Make sure there's only 1 left on this, 1 left on that. Save them up when you finish using them. Then that makes this a lot better value to make the proper tiles. Okay, going round, I think that's pretty much covered it until we come round to the air filter we've talked about, the nutrition unit. Probably the most pointless workstation in the game apart from converting chocolate to sugar. That's probably all we're going to be using it for. The price of sugar is so high that there's no point in even doing anything with this at the moment. Milk is always going to be going for a barter as well. You can use this milk and the condensed milk to actually get a barter. Can't remember what it is at the moment. None of these are worth the money. At some point you may need to get some hot rods. Whiskey you're going to need for the quest called booze. Vodka you're going to need for the quest called booze. So you'll probably be making these just for the sake of making them at a loss, including the beer. You're going to need the piva. Sorry, I said piva, which is not the English word for beer, but it is a word for beer. So we're going to get the beer here, we're going to get the whiskey, and we're going to get the vodka, which looks like a bottle of wine to me. But hey, you're going to be making those at a loss, but that's going to be to fulfill your quest. One of the other ones that you can make sometimes, if Snickers go for a lot of money, and you manage to get chocolate pretty cheap, and you don't want to sell it in, don't want to convert it to sugar, you can make some Snickers bars, or Slickers they're called in the game. My bad. And if you're getting Snickers bars for about 10,000 each, this is probably worth getting. This at some point will be good again, but at the moment with tea being valued or vended at 16,000, it's probably not really worth it just yet. But yeah, look out for these. Keep them all running. Actually, let's just quickly check, right? We buy tea for 15,000. We buy Apollo for 9. So that's 24,000, and these sell for 6. Okay, well, you're making a little bit of a profit, and I guess if we're not doing anything else, let's do it. All right, let's just start building some of these Wilsons or Winstons, what they call Wilsons, Winstons. We start building. Everything you build, every filter you run, all goes towards your hideout management and your hideout crafting skills. The higher you get your hideout crafting, the higher you get your hideout management, the more percentage of a bonus you get to all of your workstations in terms of time, in terms of cost, etc. And including things like bonuses to this. So this goes up even higher because you're actually getting a bonus towards that workstation. Gym we don't need to mention. Everyone knows what they're doing with a gym, hopefully, but we will go in here quickly. In case you don't know, just this is turned from a financial to a hideout review. The benefits here is when you put them in the storage here in your hideout, you cannot accidentally use them for a barter or a quest. They are invisible to that quest or that barter when they're in here. So put your kappa items in here, or stuff you just want to display, whatever you want, to keep them safe. These are not used for kappa, but you can put add these as favorites. Is it inspect to add as favorite? Display in profile, yeah. And then you can have them when someone views your profile, you can see all of the figures that they've got in a profile. You can do that on any item here. The biggest one here, I think, is the dog tags. If you are a USEC, you want to be putting bear dog tags in here only. And you want to put the highest level bear dog tag that has been killed by you. If you put a dog tag in here that's been killed by someone else, it does not count. But putting all of these dog tags in here goes towards your combat percentage increase. So it gives you a skill group leveling of combat, which basically means that any of your skills that are listed under the combat section, so where we go to here and we say all types and change it to combat, all of these skills will get a percentage increase because of those dog tags. So sniper level, you're using a sniper rifle, that's going to go up more than it would than if you had no dog tags in there. Obviously, the higher you got all level 50 and 60 dog tags in there, you're going to get a massive increase. And then also remember that the hideout management, I think I'm going to go to all types right down the bottom. Hideout management and crafting gives you increased percentage bonus from the zones. So that increases the bonus that you get from the dog tags as well. It all adds up, it accumulates up. So there we go. Okay, so anyway, that is the hideout, how you make money with the hideout. I'm sorry this is a bit of a long video, but I need to cover some other aspects as well, which are fairly important. Your hideout is always going to be making you money in the background. You keep that going, you're never going to run out of money, trust me. You could just go into raids and keep wiping and keep wiping and keep wiping. You'll take a bit of a loss if you're running really expensive gear, but it will keep you stable a little bit longer. In between your PMC runs, just run your scav. If you look at your scav now and you go, okay, I'm going to run my scav. Oh, he's got this. He's got a beard that goes for... Look at him. How much is your scav worth? Have a look. Okay, we've got 50k here. Your beard's worth about 25. Your glasses, your hat. Any of that can I sell in raid? No, none of that's sell in raid. Has he got a backpack on? Doesn't look like he's got a backpack. He may have that blue rucksack. Can't really tell from here. Is it worth running him through Lighthouse? Not really, because he hasn't. You can't do anything with this gun. He's going to be getting his ass kicked. He can't see anything. He hasn't got a scope. Hasn't actually got that much room to put anything. His armor's okay. It's level 3 armor by default. But he's only got a small bag and a crappy rig. So just run him through factory. If he spawns with a labs key card and a cottage key, right, and you run him through factory, you just running straight through, you're coming out and you're selling them both, you've made yourself close to 500-600k, right? You run him through labs thinking, oh yeah, I've just running through labs, I'll get loads of loot. The chances are you're going to die. It really is, you're going to die most of the time. Run him through factory, make yourself 5 million per hour on average with your scav time that you use. That's including load time and time in raid. And I've made a video about that called Maxi Scav or something like that. I don't know. It's called 5 million per hour scav. A bit clickbait, but have a look at that and it will show you the areas to loot and how to run through, how the mechanics work of not getting a run through, etc. And then when you've run your scav through, go back to your PMC, go back on with your quests, go back on with your tasks. Okay, PMCs, when you're running your PMC. Now, for this particular PMC, it's not applying to me. And the reason is because I am running with no backpack. I'm running with no backpack because I'm doing shootable in heaven. I don't want to be sticking out like a sore thumb. I'm not there to collect loot. I'm there to actually do a task and get it done. Most of the other tasks that you do can be done while looting, can be done while heading to the zone, or you can loot while heading to the area you want to head to. So what you really want to be, sorry about my stats, they're a bit cack, but yeah, I've done a lot of hours and I'm only getting a 3 kill death ratio. A little bit better on my PMC because I literally don't shoot anyone on my scav, but there you go. So yeah, so you literally want to be looting as you can, doing your tasks but looting at the same time, coming out of the raid not only with tasks done but some nice value loot to sell at the same time. One thing I forgot to mention about Lighthouse, the best way I found to loot, a lot of people will disagree. A lot of people say go straight to the water treatment plant and loot the scavs and look in all the boxes and bits and pieces, and there's loads of videos on loot routes for various maps. I'll probably do some of my favorite ones in the process, but if we're talking about finance, I'm finding that the cottages work really well. If not the cottages, sorry, the chalets, the luxury chalets, especially the higher up one. I'd call it the red one and the blue one. The higher up one, the red one, I find that if that's not been looted, then you're good. You've always got your extracts as path to shoreline, or you've got the long southern road, or southern road, something it's called. They're the 2 extracts I always use. If not, if there's nothing there and it's been done and you don't have anything of value, yeah, head yourself up to water treatment. See if you can get some scav loot. See if you can get some vertexes and some other good key loot up there as well. I think that's about it. The only other thing I've got to mention really is about selling. Selling your stuff. Be very careful because some people are not, either they're not very clever or they just don't care, right? Things like this, for instance, this beard. Okay, yeah, it's not found in raid, but let's just say it's found in raid. I'm going to put it up for sale, right? I'll put it up for sale at 20.999. Okay, so in this case, always go to the trader that buys it first. Yeah, I could sell it for 21 without any tax. So why am I listing it on Fleabay? It goes the same with a lot of things. People just don't do it. They just have their screen up like this and they just sell from all here. Go to the trader that buys the item. Another example is, let's just say we've got something like, I don't know, a badge, right? Let's say we've got this badge here. Yeah. If we go to therapist, the therapist will buy this badge off of us. Does anyone know how to get rid of this text that comes up? If the hover over info, it pisses me off. I want to scroll and it's just in the way all the way. Right, so 37,982. Now, the higher the rep, I think the better deal you get. It's my understanding anyway. Could be wrong. 37, I'm going to list that, pay no tax. What I see there is what I'll get. If I go here, 37,980. Oh, yeah, okay, I can get more for it on the flea market. But can I, right? If I put that up for 37,982, I'm paying 3,000 tax on it. So I'm only actually getting 34,800, right? 34,800, go back to your trader. How much does a trader buy it for? 37. It's no brainer. Just look, just check to make sure you're not losing money when you're, what is this? Okay, I'll check that. Make sure you're not losing money when you're selling things. Always take into consideration tax. Some items have a limit on them, really. You can't sell a pack of noodles like this, a pack of croutons, for 200k. You'll be paying 180,000 tax on it. It's not worth it, all right? So always watch your tax. Always see whether it's better to sell it to a vendor than it is to put it on there. The other way you can actually not make money but save money is have a look at what you enjoy running. Yeah, I enjoy running Defender 2s. Yeah, If I want to get a Defender 2, they go for about this much, right? But they don't have any backplates in. So I'm going to pay 135, and then I need to buy the body armor. And I got one down here, so let's have a quick look. The body armor, they takes the same one. I'm going to have to pay. I can't buy it. I can barter for it, and I need some clocks. Clocks are about 45k, so I'm going to pay another 100 grand for the body armor. So for this particular armor that I like to wear, I'm going to pay 240, 250k for that, yeah? Go here. Have a look at what the barter is. Oh, Ragman's got a barter worth approximately 132, right? And you get the armor plates with it. You get the level 5 front and back plates with it. Purchase one of those. Oh, it needs a sledgehammer. Okay. How much are sledgehammers? 135. Just saved yourself a fortune there, right? Saved yourself a fortune. Buy your sledgehammer from the market. Trade it into something useful that you're actually going to use. Same with guns. Have a look at your guns. What you're going to use. You can see M4s here. I've got a lot of M4s. M4s are what I tend to go to. And I also really like the HKs, and I also like the SR25s. My opinion is, and I've only got these because I know I'm going to be needing those for a quest later on. And you can't buy these and you can't sell these. So I've just kept hold of them rather than vending them. My strategy is there is no point in keeping all of the CAC that you're not going to use. All of these are M4s. I love M4s, I do, and I'm going to be using M4s. I play around with them, see what I like the feel of. I don't just go for the best ergo and the best recoil all the time. And this particular one, if you didn't know, 2 pro kills from Mechanic. I think it's level 3 that unlocks this one. Pro kills buy them for around 70 to 80. That's 160. You can sell some of these bits on here that you're not going to need. I personally sell this. Don't need that. Sometimes I leave this on depending on the map, or I change it to a sight. I take this off and I put a Ball Pro, is it Ball RC Pro or something, flashlight on there, which is a laser flashlight in one, and I change this crappy foregrip as well. Gives me about 65 recoil and about 50 ergo, and it's good. And you get about 30k back just by vending those extra bits back to Mechanic. So you are literally getting yourself 140k minus the 30. You're getting a gun ready to go for 110k, which is pretty good for an M4 with 65 recoil. Other bits and pieces like that I like to use myself. I like to use, they're the ones I get for free. Always keep hold of your red flags. If you ever need items, you're ever running low on money, get yourself over to Lighthouse, go down to the Southern Road or another map where you know there's an extract that you can go to, which is usually quite dead and very good for getting crate drops on, and just get some bits and pieces from there. I like to use these. I buy these in bulk quite a lot, and I also usually get a voodoo, and the voodoo is actually, I don't think I have any voodoos left, so I will quickly show you this one. Field of Eye item, there we go, 110, 120 for a voodoo. Yeah, I could buy that if I wanted to, but again, get rid of that. Skier does a trade. What does he do a trade for? GPXs. Before I hand them over, I will quickly show you these, because I bought these GPXs for about 40k each. They're still about 40k. So rather than paying the cheapest price of 110 or 120, you're going to actually get yourself a voodoo scope on reset, one per reset of trader, for about 80, 85k. So definitely worth doing that every reset. Also, your ammo, keep your ammo up to date. Make sure you're always buying ammo. For instance here, field of buy item, just grab your ammo very quickly. So you're fully stocked on ammo whenever you need it. I think that's about it, guys. I've gone on for a long time. It's easier if you know what you're going to be running. I know you need certain guns and certain armor and certain things for certain quests, but if you literally know what you're going to run with, like you know you like M4s, you know you like this kind of armor, it may change at one point. Me, I've done headphones. You won't see any Contact 2s. You won't see any GSSH, any Swordins. I run Tactical Sport as a minimum, going all the way up from XLs, racks and Contact 4s. M32s, now and again I have one or two of these in the Sorry, it's my dog in the background. One or two of these in the stash, but nothing. They're not my go-to. So there we go. Hopefully this has helped. I know it's been a bit of a long one, and hopefully it hasn't been too boring. So if you did like it and it has helped, please drop us a like, maybe subscribe if you want to see more content, and give us a comment. Tell me what you found useful, what you didn't found useful, what you don't agree with. Even if you just want to chat about anything, just drop a comment. And I always respond to every comment. Thanks very much, guys, and I will speak to you later on.